Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is episode 20 of Kingdom Minds, which is very fitting because just over a month ago we had the 20-year anniversary event of Kingdom Hearts, which we are going to be getting into shortly. But this episode will be a ride because we have a lot to talk about, all the Kingdom Hearts anniversary stuff, and I brought in a ton of guests for this episode who I will introduce very soon. But before that, David and I have a sad announcement. This is the finale of Kingdom Minds, the final episode of the show, and we are ending the show because we're both super busy with other stuff, don't have a lot of time to give to this project anymore, but it has been so much fun recording with you, David, so thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, end of an era, but it's been a lot of fun. Just getting to meet people, getting to talk about Kingdom Hearts and the Bible, and yeah, it's been great.
It's been so good. We've covered so much, and there's a ton more other Kingdom Hearts content out there for everybody to check out. If you're looking for a new Kingdom Hearts podcast, please check out my buddy Gavin's series. It's called The Dark Road to Kingdom Hearts 4. It's so good. He just started doing it over on his Overleveled podcast. Please check that out. The link will be in the show notes so you're not starved for Kingdom Hearts podcast content. But yeah, we want to say a huge thank you to all the friends we've made along the way. Everybody who's followed our journey of discussing Kingdom Hearts and the Kingdom of God. You guys have been so kind. Your support is very appreciated. David, is there anything else you want to say about that?
No, I mean, I echo same comments. It's just been really great getting to meet people and just getting to talk about what we're both passionate about, what we're all passionate about. I appreciate you for reaching out to me to kind of push me to do this. And it may not necessarily be the end forever, but we won't really be able to do anything consistent for a while.
That is true.
Maybe once in a while might drop something here and there, but
yeah, you never know.
Have to wait and see.
An oath to return. Let's go.
There you go.
Yeah, but so for our final episode of Kingdom Minds, though, I wanted to invite a bunch of people to just dive into all the anniversary stuff. Pretty much have like a roundtable discussion, get all of everybody's thoughts, opinions, theories, whatever we got. So I'm gonna introduce everybody. Yeah, first up, we have Landi Lodge. Hello, welcome back, man.
I'm so happy to be back, and I'm quite honored that you guys would bring me on for the final episode. So thank you so much.
Of course, absolutely. And if you've never checked out Landi's videos, you're doing yourself a disservice because he makes great content, amazing theories, and you do fun streams. So don't be sleeping on that. Yeah, and I also have David to thank for introducing me to your content, because otherwise I might not have found you, which would be super sad. So
that would be super sad.
Yes, and that's how we ended up connecting and so on. So yeah, very cool. Have you got anything that you're working on at the moment that you want to plug?
I'm honestly I'm pretty consistent in the sense that what you can expect from my YouTube channel on Spotify, Twitch is I put out consistent podcasts, mostly about, RPGs, Kingdom Hearts, and Final Fantasy. But on my YouTube channel, I also put up a ton of Kingdom Hearts theories. And I suppose something that might be on brand is I have a whole series, The Sins of the Foretellers, that goes into that. So if you're looking for some more, Bible and Kingdom Hearts crossover, there is a little bit of that on my channel as well.
So good. Yes.
Yeah, great stuff.
It's amazing. Yeah, we also have Andy Brew, also a returning guest to Kingdom Minds. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Like Landi said, I am honored to be here for the final episode. This is going to be a very fun time. So yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Very excited. Hope so. But yeah, you also do like fun theory videos every now and then and stream variety things. So Yep. Anything else you want to chat about?
Yeah, I make the occasional Kingdom Hearts video, but I'm a massive fan. I'm mostly a variety streamer. We do a lot of first playthroughs over on with the Brew Crew over on my channel. We're currently going through the Elden Ring and Persona 5 arc right now, which has been very fun. But yeah, so if you like live streams and stuff like that, hey, come on and hang out.
Yes.
That's what we do.
That is what we do. And yeah, I'm so excited to welcome Phil Gaimz and Captain Joe. I've been aware of you guys on Twitter and things like that for like a long time. But I'm really excited to have you guys on. Welcome also.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
We are very excited to be here also. Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know who I am, hi, I'm Phil Gaimz. I make occasional YouTube videos. My main emphases are Kingdom Hearts and Undertale also. And I also do stream on Twitch occasionally where right now I'm playing through the entire Kingdom Hearts series because there are still some games that I haven't actually got around to playing. So yeah. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I'm Captain Joe. I am one of his moderators, Phil's moderators on his Twitch channel.
And also my sister.
Yes, that's important. We are siblings. And I am also working on creating a animatic of a hypothetical what would Kingdom Hearts look like as an animated series, which if you were at the March Caprice event, you saw a little teaser of that. So that is my main project right now. I'm also an artist and I take commissions. So if you want to check me out on social media.
Yes, her art is very good.
Yeah, you can look into that.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited because like I've been aware of you guys for a while and like I know we connected on Twitter like a long time ago and I feel like you must come on the podcast and just like never got around to him because I suck at organizing, but here we are.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's very understandable.
Yeah.
Let's go. And we've lost Lee.
No,
cannot you're back?
I'm here.
Oh,
it says I dropped out, but I never dropped
I'm not
out.
hearing anything.
What?
Yeah, same over here.
Okay. Weird.
His voice can't reach us where he is now.
Wow.
I just hope it's recording your voice is my issue.
Yeah, I got some weird weather going on now, so I might be messing with the connections.
Interesting. Maybe okay. I'm like, do I stop the recording and make sure your voice is coming through? And then restart it? Hello friends, this is Editing Karis coming at you from the ether. This is the moment where we restarted the podcast because Lee could hear us and we couldn't hear him, but eventually we got him back to us. Now, back to the show. I'm hopeful that we can just pick up where we left off. Where did we get up to? Okay, yes. Finally, last but not least. Yeah, we lost you, but we got you back. Lee, buddy. How are you, man?
I mean, I feel like you guys just used the power of waking or something. You pulled me out of a dark place, and now I'm here.
Oh, so wild. But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Lee is my co-host on one of my other podcasts, which is called Retrospective, and it's a super good time. We have a blast recording it, and we need to do more episodes, but never mind.
Oh no!
Yeah, it occurred to me today that like you also used to do your own Kingdom Hearts podcast, which is how we met, and that show is now dead, and this podcast is going to be dead after this episode. So we're just two goofballs with dead Kingdom Hearts pods doing our own show now about something else.
It's almost as if me coming on the show has killed it.
Oh
no! Listen, I have a lot of pride in being the host of the shortest running Kingdom Hearts podcast on the internet, and that is a title I hold with dignity.
Okay, great.
So I'm glad that I can be out here shortening other Kingdom Hearts podcasts.
I love it. So good. But yeah, please check out Retrospective. It's fun. It's a fun time. We do have new episodes recorded, and also we got to meet in real life. That was fun, wasn't it?
That was wild. They tell you don't meet your heroes, and they never tell you don't meet your internet friends, because they will expose you to COVID. I'm just kidding. Everything's fine.
No. Okay, maybe we'll tell that story at the end. Well, let's get into it. So I know there's a lot of us, and so on. So Zencaster has this like raise your hand thing. If you want to use that, you can, or you
cool.
can just jump in
I
whenever.
was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
Wait, do I just click it? Oh, I just click it.
And then you can be like,
Okay.
"Hey, I'm waving. I want to talk about something."
Oh.
So, but anyways, yeah. So the Kingdom Hearts anniversary event. First of all, let's talk about this. I want to get everybody's first impressions of the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. What did we think?
Those graphics.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I think Strelitzia. Only Strelitzia.
No thoughts, head empty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
really cool seeing like an actual like 3D render
Yeah.
model of Strelitzia, because it's like, and it was also really fun watching people watch the trailer and be like, who the heck is this person? Like, what happened to Kyrie? Like,
play the
what?
mobile game.
It's like, it's just really cool because now, at least like a lot of the reactions that I've seen have been, like, 'cause I was watching a lot of people who've like really never gotten into Kingdom Hearts watch the trailer, and this was kind of like I don't know what it was. Maybe just because now it's like maybe the realism of it. That's kind of like of unreality. Which is kind of ironic to say, the realism of unreality. That's like bringing and roping people in. It's really cool because like even like I don't know if y'all know who like Asmongold is, but like he like reacted to the trailer, and he's like a big like MMO guy, and he was like, "Oh, I might have to give Kingdom Hearts a shot." I was like, "Wow, this is like crazy!" And like there's just so many people who I'm like who are seeing this trailer and they're like, "Dang, I want to actually like." Either jump back into the series or like give it a try for the first time because there's something so appealing to it to me, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Like that's cool, but I'm a little unsure about that just because then you might get these people who like are wanting to play through the whole series to get up to that point, but are just like complaining that they don't like the rest of it, you know, the whole time. Which I guess wouldn't always happen, but that's just the first place my brain goes, I guess.
I mean, if it gets like 3 people who wouldn't have otherwise touched the series to give it a shot, and only one of them sticks around, I feel like that's still a win.
Right. True.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, it's so good. And actually, the podcast I was talking about earlier, the Dark Road to Kingdom Hearts, is Gavin and his friend. I don't remember his friend's name now off the top of my head. Rip. But his friend is like completely blind to Kingdom Hearts and is playing it all for the first time, starting with Kingdom Hearts 1, and they're playing the whole series and getting his reactions to like every little thing, and it's really cool. So
That
that's
sounds fun.
exciting.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Yeah,
check
it's a
that out.
really, really, really good. Highly recommend it. But yeah, no, I do know people who have also said to me, I've thought about Kingdom Hearts and now I like really want to play it. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I feel like even before the trailer, kind of recently, there's been just an influx of like YouTubers playing the series for the
I've
first
noticed
time.
that too.
And it's
Oh,
kind
for
of
sure,
great
yeah.
just watching these people fall in love with this series that means so much to so many people. And like the really good ones are like in it for the long run. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was cool because it was like, at least when I started to notice it was like after Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, because like that ripped a lot of people in, just Kingdom Hearts 3 itself. There's a lot of people that I was watching like play through for the first time, whether it was like on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, and it was just like it was really like for me like it feels nostalgic for me to watch somebody else play through it for the first time because it's like, oh my gosh, that's like how I felt going through it as well. And it's such like man, that's like one franchise that like if I could like wipe my memory and like go through for the first time again, oh my gosh, like 100% I would do it. Like there's nothing like it.
I mean, I feel that nostalgia, and I've only been part of this series for like 3 years since 3 came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
so I was
same.
one of those new
Mhm.
fans,
Mm-hmm.
and it's crazy. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's what's so crazy because I feel like I've never seen the popularity of the series aggregate so quickly as it has like the last
Right.
3 years. And I'm not sure it's doing anything different, right? Like the mobile games, I think, went from being the butt of the joke till by the time we got to Union Cross's finale, the finale, it was like, oh my God, wait, that's actually one of the best stories in the series.
Right.
And now
Totally.
to see
So
that,
good.
to see that mobile game that was the butt of the joke, and then to have Charlitzia answer the door, it's just like, I really have to commend them for sticking to their vision. And Kingdom Hearts has a weird art of catering to its casuals and its diehards at the same time. And I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the way the Strelitzia reveal felt for the people who had like played Union Cross and Key and all that since the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I can't even imagine what that reaction was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild, but it's also at the same time, it's like because Union Cross is so critical to like what's happening right now and to the story going forward. It's like part of me kind of expects it in a way because we saw Ephemer in Kingdom Hearts 3 for like a second, so it's like, oh, that was like kind of crazy. But it's still it's still wild to like actually see that. It's like, man, you were like 2D and now you're not. This is like, I don't know what to do right now. Like, this is crazy.
Well, I mean, it's crazy to think about, but like the Master of Masters himself was introduced on behalf of these like browser games and the mobile game. Like he himself debuted.
Yeah.
It's like from the beginning, I think they always took the mobile game to be as serious as it is now. I guess it's just refreshing to see it finally really coming into vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
not even
like-
that too. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Keep going.
It's not only is it saying, hey, all this mobile game that you thought wasn't important, like this is crucial up to this point, and not to mention it's setting the stage and it is becoming like integrated fully moving forward. So I mean, are they gonna remaster that for us? We got a way to revisit it or what?
Please.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
kill for a Union Cross remake, remaster, whatever. Oh my gosh. I know like a few of us have talked about this, but we've played around with the idea of like Union Cross as like an MMO, like kind of like FF14.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
like,
good.
it would
That
just
would be
be
crazy.
I mean,
really-
only
It
if
would work
Square
so perfect.
Enix, only if Square Enix likes money, Andy. Only if
Yeah.
they like money.
Do they?
Yeah, they've got to give the story some sort of cinematic treatment for Union Cross because it just doesn't do it justice to have such a good story in just that text-based 2D sprite kind of format.
Yeah, heck, I'd even take like a back cover movie esque like rendition of Union Cross. Just
as long as they
just-
don't shorten it too much, I would.
yeah,
agree with
don't
that.
make it like an hour or anything, but like I feel like it needs to be like as long as like like the Days movie is like 3 hours or something. But
At
like
least.
But like
at
seeing some
least
of
there's
those,
so much to cover, but also like I think
Yeah, there's
something like that
8
would
hours,
just
7 hours.
yeah, because like the story is so critical like to like what's happening now, it would just make it like way more easier to like digest, and to understand. Even though it can be confusing. Like I haven't even wrapped my head around all the Union Cross stuff like at all, but like it would make it more digestible. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think that's a super good idea, and I would also love that because who got time to play Union Cross? Not me. But
I mean, now with all of these like different cutscene compilations that are up on YouTube, like obviously since the game you can't even play it anymore, you can't really say, "Oh, I don't want to play it." Like all you can do to experience the story is watch it. So like it's all right there to watch, but yeah, it is still a lot since it's so much text and yeah,
honestly,
it's like
for
7,
that,
8 hours.
For that exact reason, I would be pretty shocked if they don't at least come out with some sort of cutscene movie for Union Cross.
Yeah.
Also because even though it is these 2D sprites, just the scenes themselves are some of the most cinematic scenes in like all of Kingdom Hearts. If you just
I
strip
agree.
everything away. Like the drama and the angst and the character development is just
even
I live
even
for
like
that stuff.
like the facial expressions like on their faces, like especially like towards the end, like towards like the finale, like you can tell that it's like, dang, they really like they actually did put a lot of love into this, you know.
Or
It's
like
man.
that one scene during the Strelitzia flashback when she's like kind of panicking over what she wants to do, whether she wants to go try to talk to the player. Just the way that they make her move
Just
during
her
that
little
scene.
mannerisms.
I
It's
know.
adorable.
Yeah.
Like massive props to the two animators that made the entire thing. Like I can't even imagine.
Oh, nothing to me will beat the ephemer brain fist bump. That was like peak Union Cross for me. That was it.
I don't know. I'd love to see a 3D rendition of the Master laying out his plan to Lushu. Like the way all of that
Yeah,
looks.
that was
like,
a great
oh my
scene.
That
lord.
scene is great.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Yeah. Well, seeing as we're on the topic of mobile games, I mean, we can swing back around to Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer if we want to. What's everybody thinking about Missing Link, though?
Well, I know Landy has a theory about an owl. So
we haven't fleshed that out yet, Andy. We'll get there. We'll get there. That was more my chat's theory, and I was more just a vessel for the nonsense to spew out in audible form. But no, I'm actually. I feel like this is of the three things they announced, I feel like this is the one that has the most potential to surprise me, but also the most potential to disappoint me. At a base level, one thing that excites me is that, the cutscenes are going to be through this 3D render. So if this is something where like Union Cross, where playing the game wasn't necessarily for you, at least you're going to have these 3D cutscenes to digest the story. And so I think at a base level, even if the game isn't good, the story and the cutscenes are going to be way better and way more digestible. But also the idea of playing a Kingdom Hearts game in a party of 6 online. Oh boy, there's something about that just feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, the story and gameplay of pretty much the entire series kind of feels so separate to me because I went the longest time without actually playing the games, just watching the cutscenes online. So, like, I think no matter what the gameplay is, as long as the story is decent, I will have a hard time saying that I don't like the game, even if the gameplay is not good.
I think my only worry is that, because it's a mobile game and Kingdom Hearts is so story-based, it's going to be like another story that's dragged out over another 5 years.
Yeah.
I do kind of think, just based on how Nomura has been talking about it in interviews, just saying it's like the bridge between the two sagas, I have cautious optimism that it's not going to be quite that long. But I don't know. It could be, couldn't be. We'll see.
I'm curious as to exactly what time period Brain arrives and exactly when it takes place. Like, is this towards the end of this iteration of Scarlet Column, or is it towards the beginning? I'm just kind of curious. Are we going to see the end of this version of Scarlet Column?
Wasn't there... I think there was an interview saying it was like 4 generations after Ephemer or something like that.
Yeah, so it's like after Dark Road and after Union Cross. Oh wait, no. It's after Union Cross, but before Dark Road.
Right.
Yeah, it's the missing link.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how long before Dark Road it takes place. Because in the end of Union Cross, we see Xehanort born in the old version of Skull at Kylum. So something happened, but then by the time he's a student,
years,
right, something happened that changed the whole place. So it wasn't like a gradual change from the old style to the new style. So I'm wondering if we'll see that in Missing Link.
But like, my question is, maybe this is getting too far into theory territory, but do we know that Destiny Islands works on the same timetable as
true. Good point.
as Scala, because
So
it
it might
could
have been a
be
longer period.
longer. It could have been hundreds of years in Scala time.
Right.
Because this is how Kingdom Hearts works, and I'm here for it.
Very cool. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it is and have the missing links like solve the mystery and so on and figure that out and everything. It's very cool.
I'm also excited to have kind of more traditional Kingdom Hearts gameplay on a mobile device. It's kind of what I was hoping for originally with Union Cross that we didn't quite get.
Yeah, no, it looked a lot like Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, that was the trippy thing when you look at the trailer. Speaking of the trailer, what do you guys think of them saying Sigurd is the one narrating?
Oh, I'm excited, man. Yeah, I'm a Sigurd fan, dude.
Sigurd stan, bro?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just really like his aesthetic, but I'm also like, dang, like how many more characters are they going to introduce that are going to have like significance? Because like if he's the one narrating this, he's obviously going to play some kind of important role. You know,
yeah, but I also think he's going to die. I also think he might be one of the ones to go.
But then how is he the one narrating the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer as well? That's what confuses me.
I mean, Sora and Shalitzi are dead.
Yeah.
So, you know, so he kind of...
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, dang.
That's what I'm saying. Don't be sleeping on Sigurd, man. I'm telling you.
He's the homie, man.
Well, I'll say this. All right, this is where I get to geek out. So in Norse mythology, Sigurd is like a folk hero. So like I imagine he's probably going to be on our side. But the thing is, he dies like a tragic death because he betrayed his lover. So I don't know how much of that we're going to see populate in Missing Link, but I don't know. That kind of stuff excites me.
Yo, what if Sigurd's quote unquote lover is like the woman that like
yo, Sigurd daddy Xehanort? Is that what you're saying?
Xehanort's dad, bro. Like, for real, yeah. What if she like, I don't know, what if the Genova reunion looking guy that takes baby Xehanort to Destiny Island just like I don't know, like kills him or something happens. I don't know. That would be kind of crazy.
I like that.
Very fun. It's a good thought. I love it. Dang. Okay, I feel like
the Xehanort saga's over. Now his dad's going to become a major character.
Yes.
Yeah, let's Xehanort's dad. Let's go.
Parents are a thing in this universe. Trust me.
Man, it's interesting to me. So, like, I mentioned this when I was actually guesting on the Landi Lodge podcast because you asked me about and I'll ask all of you guys this as well, like what world you want to see in Kingdom Hearts 4. So following the whole theme of family, so in Kingdom Hearts 3 we got Frozen, right? And that's obviously a movie about sisterhood and so on. And so I really want to see hopefully like that continue to like be developed and become a thing where a bunch of the Disney worlds focus on like family, because a lot of people talk about like the movie Coco being involved. I'm like, well, that's a big theme of the movie. Or like a lot of these other newer Disney films have that kind of element. So I'm like, we could explore that and maybe like Sora finds his family. I don't know. But like I think that would be cool. And that's just a random thought that I have sometimes.
Oh man. Yeah, there's two worlds that I want. And I want our Emperor's New Groove. Like I've been dying to see Lama Sora forever. Yes, please. I just think it'd be so fun, you know, and like just I don't know. I've always wanted an Emperor's New Groove world. That's like one of my favorite. I think probably top 5 favorite Disney movies. Actually,
it's so good.
It's so good. I recently like watched it like a few months ago, and I was like, I forgot how funny this movie is. Like I actually forgot how funny it is. But Emperor's New Groove, and I'm on the spectrum of, and I know like people were kind of like up and down about this, but I would love to see Star Wars, and I know like the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. from what people theorize, and I'm hopping on this train, that jungly, foresty area kind of looks like Endor, and
Yes.
people have made comparisons to like even like the waterfall in the trailer, and then took like a shot from Battlefront 2 and of that like same waterfall, and it's like almost exactly the same. It's like, oh my gosh, is this Endor? And like, man, like my ideal vision for a Star Wars world would be like, let's say it's like Endor, but like you can also like go to like you start off at Endor, but then you end up at the Death Star. So it's like Return of the Jedi. And then like you're in the gummy ship, like doing space battles in the gummy ship. Like you have to actually fly there, and like you're taking out like TIE fighters and Star Destroyer. I think that would be so sick. You get a lightsaber
Like
keyblade.
implementing the gummy ship into like the actual world.
Yes,
instead of that would be sick.
We've never had that before.
No,
I mean, like like we had Kingdom Hearts 3 where you free roam and like in the gummy ship, but like to actually implement it into one of the worlds, oh, that would be so cool. Even like a Treasure Planet, like implement the gummy ship into like a Treasure Planet world or something. But yeah, that's just me.
Dang, so cool.
See, I'd love to see within the Star Wars universe, specifically a Clone Wars world. Like,
yes, we've talked about this, the two of us before.
In the time of the Clone Wars TV show.
Ahsoka party member.
That would be amazing. Best Star Wars character. Don't at me.
Well, if that is Endor in Kingdom Hearts 4, maybe we'll see Clone Wars in the mobile game in Missing Link.
Ooh.
Oh, good point.
That actually would be kind of crazy.
That would be fun.
That'd actually be kind of wild.
Man. Like, this is the problem with bringing Star Wars into Kingdom Hearts is that everybody likes a different Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
It's not just like...
But everybody loves the original trilogy, which is why...
No. Go ahead, Andy. You finish.
No, okay. I'm reaching when I say everybody, But most people love the original trilogy, including myself, that I've experienced.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wait, I want to hear what Landi has to say.
Yeah, all I'm saying is everybody's like, okay, do you like the prequel trilogy, the original trilogy, the sequel? How about this? What if we give Nomura his own trilogy? Just a pocket trilogy. Star Wars will show up 3 times. Let him do it. I mean, come on.
Honestly, it probably would have had more continuity than the sequel trilogy does. So
exactly.
She's not lying, though.
She's not wrong.
No.
That is true.
Wow.
Am I wrong?
No.
I mean, they fly now.
Oh no.
And I'm saying this as someone who actually kind of likes the sequel trilogy.
But that might be a cool idea if they do like what they did with the Pixar worlds and have it be its own story instead of just overlapping with the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Just
I
pick a
feel like
time
the worlds
period
are
and
always
make, like-
better when they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about, right, if we had, like, if we did the sequel trilogy in Kingdom Hearts, and then we have Hux meet Lucio, and he's like, I'm the spy.
Oh my.
That's actually
but for real,
amazing.
the only correct way to do a Star Wars world in Kingdom Hearts is to basically do what they did with the new Lego game and make sure just all the memes are in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about just a Lego Kingdom Hearts game? That
The
was just
Lego movie?
off the cuff of my head, right? Like, what if you had like a world and it was just like it's just completely like as if we didn't like break the meta already with like unreality. What if you have like a world and it's just a Lego world and it's like the Lego movie, but it's like Lego Kingdom Hearts and it's like you're going through like the Kingdom Hearts story, but it's all like memed. And like, there's all these like Donald didn't heal me memes, and like all these other things. I don't know. I just think it would be a funny concept. I don't know where that thought came from, but like just the idea of Lego Kingdom Hearts just sounds like a lot of fun, but absolutely ridiculous.
Honestly, yeah, like Kingdom Hearts with Lego movie-esque humor would literally be the best thing.
Did anyone see the Rescue Rangers movie on Disney Plus?
I have not, but I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter. I feel like I've seen the movie since I've seen. I think somebody or there was didn't they have like Sora's like hair or something,
Yeah, that's
like
what I saw.
on display in the movie. I was like, what?
And it
I
was
Yeah.
like
so
traced from
confused.
fan art or something.
Yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
that. That's wild.
Well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so I won't talk too much about it. But I was watching it and I was thinking, like, what if this was a Kingdom Hearts world? That would be absolutely bonkers.
Oh
Like,
man.
that would break my brain.
I feel like I need to watch it just to see what the heck is going on. But another idea I had for a world, and I want to get everybody's ideas right. But so everybody, I asked this question. You know, a lot of people are like Treasure Planet, and I'm like, I get it. It's a cool movie. But last night I was watching the Muppets Treasure Island, and so. See where I'm going with this?
Care.
Oh my gosh, please Muppetify Sora, Donald, and Goofy, please.
Oh
Tell
my
me have
gosh.
the Muppets.
Please.
Yeah, and then get Erica Harlacher to direct it.
Yeah, Eric Harlacher to actually write the dialogue and the song. That actually would be legendary. Absolutely legendary.
So,
Wow.
All right, you had me at Kermit as a party member, so I'm in.
oh, so dope. Yeah. Anybody else got any good Kingdom Hearts 4?
3D Wreck-It Ralph. There is
Yes.
so
Please.
much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is
So
literally the
much.
only one I want.
There's so much you could do with
You
that.
Oh my
I know.
I think for sure there's going to be Wreck-It Ralph because they already
They
teased
better.
it in
So.
Unicross.
Exactly.
Yeah, didn't like the player like trap like some of the darknesses in like the
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph
Oh.
world?
Oh, true.
Oh, good
Yeah.
point.
That could
Yeah.
come back.
Oh, I hope.
Just a
Yeah, that
thought.
would-
Hey, I feel like it has to come back. I feel like it's like, I feel like it has to. It's so critical.
The only way I could see it not coming back is if there are like actual problems with some of the licensing or whatever with all the video games, but I'm sure they could figure out something to get
Yeah.
around that.
Yeah.
Oh, that would make my inner 12-year-old just so happy.
Well, I feel like you don't have to rely on the licensing because Square Enix can just fill up that arcade
Right.
with their IP.
Yeah.
That's true.
Just put all the Final
Yeah.
Fantasy cameos in there.
You wanted Final Fantasy
Yeah,
characters back in?
there you go.
Here's
Every
all
single
of them.
one of them.
That actually, hey, if you do want to like, rope in more, maybe not like Final Fantasy or Square Enix worlds, but at least like put like cameos or like allude to those worlds in some way, or even just give like a small snippet of those worlds. I mean, Wreck-It Ralph would be perfect. Like have like the Nier Automata like arcade machine over there, then you play like one of the boss fights like in that game, or like have like the Final Fantasy 9 one over there. Like I don't know. I think that would be interesting.
That'd be so cool.
Totally.
I'm here for it.
Didn't Nomura say in an interview that in Unreality that Kingdom Hearts is a video game in Unreality? So like people recognize Sora like when he's running around the street. Like
Is that
would make
confirmed or is that just a theory?
Yeah,
I think
I'm not
he
sure.
did say something like that in an interview. Yeah.
but
Okay,
that would
if
fit
they-
perfectly with Wreck-It Ralph because they are all video game characters in that world. So
Right.
Yeah.
If they do put Wreck-It Ralph in there, though, they had better let us actually play Fix-It Felix Jr., Hero's Duty, and Sugar Rush, though.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Yeah, 100%.
when I was a kid, I so badly wanted those to be real games, and they they just were not. And I was
it would be a good a little source for like mini games. Like if you
Yeah,
do want to stick
exactly.
like some
Oh,
mini games in there you go.
actually make a good racing mini game.
Yeah, no, I mean that could you could use that to replace Winnie the Pooh's function.
Right,
You know?
true.
You can
Yeah.
kind of make that a mini game hub world, which I think would be really cool.
Well, I mean, they did all the classic Kingdom stuff too.
As long as they put story in there too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, so good. I love these ideas. I really also want to see Wreck-It Ralph in there because it is one of my favorite Disney movies. And yeah, now that you've said that, I really want to play Sugar Rush in Kingdom
Yes.
Hearts. Yes, please.
I love racing games like that, and like just watching it in the movie, it looks so fun to play.
Yes.
Want to play it so bad.
Absolutely.
Makes me hungry.
It's true. What do we think about Sora's new look in Kingdom Hearts 4?
I love it.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah, and I know like people were kind of up and down about it, at least like the hair specifically, because they're like, oh my gosh, like it's Noctis, it's versus 13. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I actually
and?
think that this is his best look yet.
Ooh,
In my opinion,
that's
I
a
really like it a lot because he's all grown up now. Like he's like, and we've been like growing up with him. It feels like, and so it's just like I look at him and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's like, yes, he's in an apartment, like he's all grown up. Like he just looks so grown. So I'm just
He
very
has to
proud of
pay
him.
rent now.
Yes, I'm just very proud of this boy.
Yeah,
No
He's
more
now a
clown
man.
shoes.
Agreed.
Yes.
Aw.
I think Nomura really liked his Pirates of the Caribbean design for Sora and said, "How can I keep this around?" And
Yes.
it's not a bad look, but I get those vibes from it. That they seem pretty similar to me.
Didn't someone point out that it looks a little bit similar to his outfit in the Toy Box world?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Just
wondering
minus
if-
all the patterns and stuff
Yeah.
on the sleeves.
Yeah.
It's like the same base.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure I heard in an interview that like the outfit is still subject to change. Like there are still some details being added. So I do wonder if we're gonna see it leaning even more towards
Well,
what
that's
we saw
actually
in Toy
super
Box.
interesting because of how connected Toy Box is to
Right?
Yeah.
Verum Rex,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So that could also mean that we also saw a preview of Donald and Goofy's new outfits for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh my
Very
gosh.
true.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yo.
They're super long overdue for new outfits. Like everybody got a
sure.
new outfit except
Good
for Donald and
point.
Goofy.
Oh man, I can't wait to see Donald and Goofy in Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm so excited.
Yeah, if they go to Unreality, are they just gonna be a duck and dog? Like like a real duck and dog? Like
Oh,
Like what we saw in the trailer just already looks great. I'm
Yes.
very excited for what the Disney stuff is going to look like in this next game.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that. Like, is there actually going to be gameplay over there, or just cutscenes, or what?
Or is it going to be like a split party thing where
Yeah.
like you
Yeah,
have
exactly.
the people in the world that we've been in before, and then you have Sora trying to work it out from his side of things, trying to get back to his reality.
All right. Here's going to be my tinfoil hat prediction here.
okay.
So
I'm ready.
in an interview, Nomura did say that we're going to be in Quadratum for the first portion of the game, like implying that the whole game's not going to take place in Quadratum. You're not going to have GTA Sora. Like, it's
Sora with a rocket launcher.
Yeah, right.
I'm just thinking about that.
But what I think is going to go down, I think you're going to spend the first third of that game in Quadratum, and that Sora's actually going to get out of Unreality quicker than we thought. But the thing is, the second he gets out, I bet you that's when either Riku arrives or he comes back and he's like, we have to go back and save this girl, meaning Charlitzia. And then this is how we're going to get Lorium involved, because he's going to say that name,
yes.
and then he's going to lose his mind and be like, I'm coming. I am coming, you know?
Yes.
Please. That sounds amazing.
I'm
And,
so
like,
excited
knowing-
for Lorium and Elrena content.
Yeah, I want to take my tinfoil hat one step further. If you look at that anniversary artwork, she's the only one sleeping. And if you just go through
Right.
all of Kingdom Hearts, like
Yeah.
box art like that, whoever is asleep in the box art ends up being in some shape or form asleep in the game. Like whether it was Ventus in Birth by Sleep, Kairi in Melody of Memory, Sora in Dream Drop Distance, and now we're looking at Charlitzia, and it's like, I don't know what's going on there, but I imagine Sora is going to come back before her, and that it's going to turn into a rescue mission for her or a rescue mission for Riku.
Or both.
Yeah.
Or
honestly.
both.
Like, it could be
Both is
both,
good.
yeah.
I think
And,
Riku gets in trouble, honestly. I think Riku is due for something bad to happen to him.
Yeah.
Give us
good
a Sora Kairi duo game.
You want to know what I
Please.
think?
Yes.
I think that, and this is just like, I just think this would be so cool. So I think Riku is going to encounter Yuzora, and Yuzora's going to absolutely body him, and Yuzora is going to take his appearance, and that's why Yuzora actually looks so much like Riku, because that's not what he really looks like. Like, I don't know how it works, but like, I feel like he's going to like take his appearance, because you can't deny it, he looks so much like Riku. Like so much like Riku, you know? So I'm wondering if something like that is going to go down, because again, we don't know what he really looks like, you know?
So then, is his original appearance literally just versus 13 Noctis then?
We don't know. He could be a blonde with blue eyes. I don't know. Like, he could be anything. Could be a redhead. I'd be down for that. I don't know.
I would be down.
I also thought it would be super cute if, as part of like Kairi's training, that she would actually travel with Donald and Goofy to a couple worlds. I think that would just be precious. I don't know.
Look, as long as she has something to do, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And like an actual character arc behind it.
Yeah.
I think we all gonna get Kairi moments for sure.
I hope.
I think so.
If we look at everything from Kingdom Hearts 3 on, no character other than Sora has gotten more attention than Kairi. I think they're serious about building Kairi. Like, she got more attention than Riku did in Kingdom Hearts 3. She got more attention than Aqua did, especially once you start roping in Remind. And then post-Remind, she goes toe-to-toe with Xehanort. And then in Melody of Memory, we now see she has like this childhood trauma of Xehanort that projects itself into her dreams as a way to like intimidate her, but also like leak important information. I don't know. It just, when I see what's gone on from Kingdom Hearts 3 on, when it comes to supporting the supporting cast, no one's gotten more attention than Kairi. So I think we can expect big things in the future. I really do believe that.
I think so. Absolutely.
I'm actually more worried about Riku being significant these days than I am Kairi.
Well, I agree, but like Riku's had so much significance in the past that he doesn't need it as much. But like, it would be nice if he could still have something to do.
I don't know. I think it's about time. Gosh, I hate bringing up this conversation, right? But I think it's about time that somebody dies. And I think Riku's the one, you know? Like, I think I always envisioned the most poetic way for Riku to act. Like, if you're actually to kill somebody off, because like no one dies in Kingdom Hearts, we know that, you know? But like, if you're to actually kill somebody off, the most poetic way to, I feel like, kill off Riku would be like, let's say like he is in Quadratum or whatever, and the Master of Masters is like now like he's putting his plan into action. He's gathering or he's finding a way to put these these 7 deadly darknesses into these vessels, and instead of maybe like, because I know like the master said, oh yeah, I'm gonna like put one inside myself too, but I don't know if I buy that, honestly. Like, I feel like he's kind of lying when he says that. So I think it would be kind of crazy if Riku like maybe voluntarily took on one of those like deadly darknesses inside of him and like became like a vessel. And it would just be a poetic way of him going out, because it's like he struggled like at the beginning of his journey with like battling the darkness, and now he's learned to accept the darkness, and now he's to the point where his demon Ansem literally says like, your strength is vaster than darkness. And for him to like actually take one of those darknesses, put it inside of him, and for like Sora or somebody to like strike him down because like he's powerful enough to contain that darkness, I think that would be a beautiful way.
I hate how plausible that is.
Right. Yeah. I just think it would be a beautiful way to like kill him off if you're going to kill him. I mean, Riku's my favorite character in the whole series.
Yeah.
So do I want to see him go? No, but I feel like his death would have the most impact, you know?
Let me put a cherry on top for you, Andy. And do you know
I love cherries.
Do you know what his last words are?
Oh, take care of her.
And he's going to say it. He's going to say it to you, Zora. And it's going to say, save Sora.
He's going to tell him to save him.
Save Sora.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. We figured it out. Dang.
Wow.
But you know that like if that happened, no one's going to believe it. Like
that he's actually dead.
Yeah, it's going to take like a solid 2 more games for anyone to believe that he's actually gone for good.
Yeah.
Oh, he won't be gone for good though. He won't. He won't. This is Kingdom Hearts. It's about death and rebirth. It's death and rebirth.
I feel like someone's gonna be gone for good, though. You know, like there needs to be some kind
Bro,
of emotional.
Sterlitzia is in Quadratum. She was dead for 1,000 years. Like, it's death. Like, don't kid yourself. It's death and rebirth.
But what happens if you die in Quadratum? What happens if you die in unreality? If this is an afterworld for people who have died on the other side, what happens if you die there? Do you just go back to your other reality? I don't know. Like, what if like dying in unreality is acting like you die because you're in the real world now, and in the real world people die, but in the reality of Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, of course, like no one actually dies. It's because to everybody else, it's just a video game, right? So like, I don't know. Like I think like death could be permanent in unreality.
Oh, this is messing with my brain.
The angst.
Oh,
I'm here for it, but I'm also not.
I know. I'm concerned. I'm stressed, but I'm having a good time.
My
We out
angsty
here.
writer brain is going, yes, and my fan brain is going, no!
Yeah.
True.
I was trying to think, has anyone actually died in Kingdom Hearts and not come back?
No.
That one
think-
guy in Traverse
No.
Town.
No.
Travis.
Yeah, what's that dude's name? Harold? Whatever his name is. in Traverse Town. He's showing up in unreality, bro.
Yeah.
What if he's
Please.
Sigurd all this time? You don't know. You don't know, man.
Good point.
That would be honestly though, that would be hilarious. I think that would just be so funny. It's like we haven't forgotten
Yeah.
about him. We haven't forgotten about Harold.
I don't know. I think Ericus and Xehanort are really dead though.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, Xehanort's coming back. Xehanort's coming back. I'm telling you, young Xehanort's coming back. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, if it's a time traveling young Xehanort, the old Xehanort is still dead. Young Xehanort's still gonna have to go back to the past and live out his whole life.
What if young Xehanort ends up going to like unreality, and then that just like
And then Sterlitzia just starts blushing because the player reincarnated into him.
Oh my god, bro, I wasn't even gonna go there, bro.
Oh my.
I love Sora would just be like, oh, "What's going on? Your face is red," and she's like, "Trust me, you wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't get
it's
it."
It's like that Joaquin Phoenix Joker meme. You wouldn't get it.
Oh wow.
She just proceeds to explain the entire plot of Union Cross to Sora.
And he's like, I don't know what's going on.
It's like, I think I got it, but tell me the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
No, so that's one of my favorite things about Sora. He doesn't really care about the plot.
That is
Sora
true.
doesn't care about the plot of his own video game, and I'm
He
here for
really
it.
doesn't. He just wants to go home.
Yeah. What else? Did we talk about Dark Road?
I don't think we did.
Oh,
Don't think we did.
We could talk about Dark Road.
Did we got thoughts about Dark Road,
We could talk
everybody?
about Dark Road.
No, what we said earlier about Union Cross being like the butt of the joke of the fandom, that has become Dark Road now. It's like, no, it's never coming out. And I honestly think it's going to be the same thing with Union Cross, where when the finale does come out, it's going to be like super good and everyone's gonna love
People
it
are gonna
and
lose it.
kind of respect it. Yeah.
Do you think we see Lucio in Dark Road? Because I feel like it's inevitable.
Yes.
You know, like I feel like I'm kind of like after like kind of rewatching just like the little announcement trailer of like, yeah, Dark Road's coming in August and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like Odin might be Lucio. Like that's like a theory, just like the way that he was talking. But like, I don't know. I mean, I know we have to see him. Like, I feel like we have to, but I don't know. Like, what does that look like going forward? Like, what does Lucio look like going forward? Because like I always thought it'd be really cool to get like maybe like a back cover type movie. You know, I know we were kind of talking about that a little bit earlier, but like a back cover type movie, just like kind of watching Lucio go through like all of like his vessels and like all these semblances and kind of seeing like him change and just seeing things from his perspective, because like we don't really see a lot of things from his perspective, and I think that would just be really unique. And I don't know, I just think, they don't have to do it, but I don't know, he's such an interesting character,
Yeah, he is. I wonder if we do see him in Dark Road, if they're actually going to like outright say, hey, this is Lushu, or if they would just allude to it slightly. Like, obviously there's no way of knowing, but like,
Right.
that's just what I wonder.
Timeline wise, I think we could see him maybe even take over the original Bragg's body.
Yeah.
Like in Dark Road, yeah, we could.
It's possible.
Since it shows the scene with Xehanort in Birth by Sleep Time, so
Well, that's one of the things that interested me most about the trailer is we got a scene with old man Xehanort. So it's like, whoa, how much ground are we going to cover here? You know, we're not just getting like backstory on his young life. Like we're gonna work our way to like probably right before Birth by Sleep. If I were to imagine, that's the road that we're gonna walk.
I was kind of expecting it to be like mostly focused on young Xehanort and then just be like a flash forward epilogue type thing at the end, maybe.
Yeah, that was my thought as well. Yeah. But I mean, also like, I don't know, because like we never saw like old man Xehanort, I guess, in these other worlds, you know? And so I'm just like wondering like what they'll do. And I'm also very interested to see how him going bald apparently is going to be like a plot point. Like as Nomura said,
he's gonna have a Britney moment,
bro. Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm so confused by this. Like, why is that a thing that needs to be explained?
There are no coincidences in Kingdom Hearts, and
because it's Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, we will tie every loose end that we can.
We will explain everything and nothing at the same time. Yep. How does that work?
Such is the beauty
no one knows.
Of this franchise.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Such is its nature.
Every item of clothing on the character gets a backstory.
Yeah, that's true. Very cool. Do we think there could be any other announcements this year?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. I'm gonna say, here I come again. I got another tinfoil hat. We ready? I think there's another Kingdom Hearts game in the works that we don't know about. I am gonna make a prediction. I think it's a fighting game.
Oh man.
Yo, for real, bro. Listen, that would be super sick, man.
And I'm gonna tell you why. So Bandai Namco is the largest publisher, developer of fighting games in the world, whether it be Tekken, whether it be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, whether it be Soul Calibur, like the list goes on and on and on. So Sora coming to Smash and them showing all the dive to Hearts, Bandai Namco made some kind of deal where they have a licensing right to those Kingdom Hearts characters. On top of that, they're developing those Tamagotchis with all the Kingdom Hearts characters, but also...
Oh my God. Don't tell me the Tamagotchis are going to have plot relevance. There ain't no way. There's just no way. I can't do it.
Can you imagine?
How would you even do that? Like, how would it even... I don't know.
Nomura finds a way.
I'm sure there's a way. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
But the key to the Tamagotchis is that they got the licensing for the Disney characters as well. There's a Mickey, there's a Donald, there's a Goofy. Bandai Namco has gotten the licensing rights to everything they need to make a Kingdom Hearts title at this point. All they need is Nomura's blessing and a promise from Disney that it'll make money. And then the show's on the road. And the Kingdom Hearts team wanted to make a fighting game back in 2009, but because Disney shut it down, they made Days instead.
You mean Dissidia?
Oh, I did not know that.
That's why you're able to play as organization members, because that was the vision. They wanted people to play as all these characters instead. So when the fighting game got shut down, they're like, all right, let's make this spin-off title where you could play as all of them.
Oh, man. I think it would be super sick, and you know what? I honestly think, like... Because that would make sense, like Bandai Namco, but man, I would love to see like Arc System Works do like a Kingdom Hearts fighting game. Because like Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, the Persona 4 fighting game, like it would just. I think that art style would just like be really.
I think it suits them. I do think it suits them better. I want to just make a disclaimer that this is nothing but BS rumors and me connecting dots that might not actually connect.
This stuff,
I just don't want anyone leaving this podcast thinking there's like a plausible line of evidence leading to a fighting game. It's just
no. We do want that. We do want that. If this doesn't happen, blame Landi. Okay.
Oh no, you've actually convinced us all. So now now I want nothing else. Because it's if there is going to be a Kingdom Hearts fighting game, it's going to be relevant to the plot. So it's
100%.
yeah, like it's just Sid like on the computer being like, we got to dig up some files on like these organization members and these characters, and then they create a fighting game. I don't know, or I don't know.
The whole thing is Sid and Yuffie playing the fighting game. Like that's actually what's going on.
There's your Final Fantasy cameos back in it again.
So you have to choose the Final Fantasy character that you're playing as playing the game. So you choose 2 characters.
Right. Into it.
The meta. I love it.
Oh, dang.
But I could see that for sure. I think eventually Kingdom Hearts will cover just about every genre of video games for their spin-off
Kingdom
titles.
Hearts just is a genre at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the greatest crossovers of all time. So we might as well keep crossing over to these other genres. I mean, heck, Kingdom Hearts 3 with some of the Keyblades laid the grounds for maybe a third-person shooter. Let's get a Kingdom Hearts shooter. Like, come on, I'm down.
I think a lot of if you're going to make these subtitle / spin-off games, I think what so much of the fan base wants is to play as all these characters. You need something, whether it's like a Warriors game or a fighting game.
Oh, a Warriors game.
Ooh, a Warriors game would be fun.
A Warriors game could work big time. I mean, they do a fantastic job, and it's just like we all want to play as these characters, because the number titles are always going to belong to Sora, and that's how they should be. Whenever you play a number title, you should be playing as Sora for 80 to 90% of that game. But we all want to play not just as Riku, Kairi, Aqua, Terra, Ventus, Axel, Roxas, Shion. I also want to play as Mushu. I want to play as Larxene. I want to play as Xehanort. Give me a chance to wield their powers for myself. Everyone has such cool weapons and powers, and it's just I think we're all starving for that.
Let me play as Chirithy, please.
Oh my gosh.
Yes!
How would that work?
It would be the most powerful character in the game.
I think they should, whether it's in a fighting game or just, I think they should bring back joke weapons like in Kingdom Hearts, because they had the joke weapons and days like Marluxia instead of a scythe he had a ladle. I'm like, dang, bro, bring back joke weapons, please. Give Donald an actual Glock in the next game. That would be amazing. We already know the meme. You might as well go forward with it.
Amazing. You know what would be pretty good, right? Is if they did a spinoff that's just Sora and Quadratum, but it's actually Animal Crossing, and he just gotta, do chores and
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, you get to decorate his apartment. I would love that.
No, it has to be that. It has to be that. That's how Kingdom Hearts 1 started. You're doing the stupid chores looking for the raft. That's how Kingdom Hearts 2 started. You're doing your stupid summer vacation homework and all that. And it was the stupid chores.
Yeah.
The stupid chores were missing in Kingdom Hearts 3. Bring them
They
back.
were. I mean, we had cooking, but that was just like a mini
I
game.
loved the cooking. I'd be really sad if we lost the cooking mini games. I actually genuinely enjoyed the whole.
Don't make me crack another egg though.
It's easy. It is easy.
Dude, that was
steady.
the hardest part of the game.
You just gotta be steady, Andy. Breathe.
That is not my forte.
Oh wow. Is there any other games that we want to see in the future of Kingdom Hearts?
I want to see a racing game.
Yes, Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
Man, I'd be down for a Luke Sword playing card game. Just it's just or even it could just even be a mini game. Let's just say he's just hanging around Quadratum. It's yo, you want to play blackjack? It's yeah, and you're just I don't know.
Just listen to his silky smooth voice as you play cards with him.
Yes. Blackjack, of course.
Yo, can we talk about Luke Sword for a second?
Oh yes, let's do it.
So A shout out to Next Gen Novelist on YouTube, which, by the way, he's really one of the best theorists. He has such a good mind for this.
Oh,
and
I know where you're going with this.
you know where I'm going with
Yes.
this. He's theorizing Luke Sword is from the Master's time.
Oh,
You know, because like, look, the big like mystery punchline of Kingdom Hearts 3 was that Xigbar was Lucio. He took his hat off, all our brains broke. But remember that the first scene of Remind ends, and Xigbar goes, "The real question is, who are you, Luke Sword?" Like,
Yeah.
look, Lucio knows a lot, but he doesn't know who Luke Sword is. Where's Lucio out of context in all of this? You know, how could somebody be slipping under his radar? You know, he knows who Sora is. He knew who the Birth by Sleep trio was. He knows who the Destiny trio is. He knew who the Sea Salt trio was. There's not a character that's gotten involved. Yes.
Yeah.
He
Like
knows
he recruited
everyone.
Marluxia. He's the one who recruited Marluxia
Right.
in the organization.
Yes.
But where Luxord? There's something about this guy, and I love that I hope they keep rolling with what's seeming like the Luxord Xigbar rivalry.
Yes.
Because like that, or Luxord Lucio, I guess now. But like I hope they keep rolling with that, because that scene, that was probably one of my favorite scenes in Remind, honestly.
In the whole
Like, just
series, man.
Yeah, it was so good, because it's like you think like one is just like this Lucio who's like, he's like 10 steps ahead of everybody. Now you've got Luxord who's like 12 steps ahead, right?
I've always been more interested in the long
in the
game.
long game. Exactly. What is he playing at?
Mm-hmm. No, he trips me out. And Nomura said that he's his favorite organization member.
Right. I mean, he moves up to like what, rank 5 in the real organization?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, bro.
Yeah, he went from 10 all the way up to 5.
I think we'll definitely see more.
Yeah.
And the wild card.
Yeah.
What is the wild card?
You know, that's something that hasn't been talked about that much lately, was the wild card. Like, you know, with all this hype about, at least what I've seen, with all this hype around Kingdom Hearts 4, Missing Link, all this stuff, like, we kind of like, no one's been talking about the wild card, and I still have no idea what that could be. Like, I have no clue, zero revelation over here. But like, it is interesting. It's like, what, like, you could use it to turn the tables, but like, what does that mean? You know, like, what? I don't know. I don't know if you guys have any other thoughts on that, like, especially now with where we're at. But
I think you see what the Masters like. Okay, so this is going to branch off somebody else's theory, so it's about to get a little convoluted. But hey, that's what we're all here for, right? So
Welcome to
Violin, the speedrunner, has a theory about the black box. That what's in the black box are the darknesses that the Master wants to basically contain in vessels and destroy, and that upon opening that box, the vessels will come out and do their thing.
Quite literally like Pandora's box.
That would
in a
be
sense.
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Which would make that joke in Olympus like a lot funnier.
Yeah, I think it's deliberate. I think it's deliberate. I 100% think it's deliberate. And I think the wild card, you flip it and it reverses it. It's just a reverse Uno card, basically.
Bro,
with whatever it's going to be.
Oh my! Wait, what if it's actually like an Uno card? Like, what if it's actually just like the design of it is actually like a reverse card? I think that'd be so funny.
Uno is the most powerful game of all time, confirmed.
Like, going off of that, and then like, you know, going back to what you were saying about like Luxord potentially being from the Master's realm. Like, yeah, he would like. What if, does Luxord know like the Master's plan, and was he preparing this entire time to stop it?
Dude, I think Luxord is one of the people the Master believes he lost. Like, I really think because think about it, the Master, if you see the way the Master is, he's very playful, right? Like, everything's a game. And that's kind of the way Luxord is too. He sees everything as a game. Everything is a gamble, right? So I think it's very possible he could be from that time, or that he might have even been the first Lucio, in a sense. He might have been the first one under the Master's wing, because they both have Lux, Lux, for light to begin their names. And we don't know if that's coincidence yet or not. But I really think it's possible that he's all about that. Oh God, I cursed. I'm sorry, but anyway.
No, you're fine. Don't worry.
He's all about the I swear I can't control myself with this stuff. But anyway, like that turn the tables move, that cloak and dagger, that I'm there watching you. Like, could you just imagine he flips it and the Master kind of just like, I don't know. I'm not making sense anymore, but I'm just gonna stop talking. I think
No, keep going.
I just think he's so exciting, and the idea that he could have one up on the master and could be like, not everybody perished. I made it out, and I'm here to stop this stupid plan of yours.
That would be incredible.
That would be cool.
I love it. You sold me. You sold me on everything Luke's heard now.
And he's just Zora's driver, man. Like he had plays. He had plays in every realm of existence. It's ridiculous.
Oh man, what if Luxord is Nomura?
Straight
I
up.
thought the Master of Masters was Nomura.
Self-insert.
What meta?
Self-insert.
Nomura's his own favorite character in Kingdom Hearts.
I'm pretty sure Bray is Nomura.
Dude, man, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Just takes off the hat. Oh, surprise! Hey,
Oh, so good. Man. Oof. Do we got anything else? Is there anything else like burning that anybody wants to talk about just now? We covered a lot. So
I don't know. The lodge is like on fire right now. So
Yeah.
you got anything else to say? I'm waiting for him to say something else, man.
Oh well, my dog wants in. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess the only other thing I would say is I think Dark Road is going to end the same way as Union Cross. I think the world of Kingdom Hearts is stuck in an apocalyptic cycle where things build themselves up and then tear themselves down. And I think ultimately the Master's trying to escape that cycle, but he's willing to do it by very questionable means.
Right.
I guess that's where I'm at.
I'm wondering if because I'm kind of like I'm trying to think like how the Master going to Unreality is going to play into his overall plan of like wanting to eliminate capital D darkness, right? Like the darknesses, because like it's like what's his plan in all of this? Because like a theory that I had was like, well, of course, like the reason why, and I'm pretty sure like this is probably what this is, but like the reason why that we even see like the Heartless in Unreality in the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer is because Sora is there and because they have great fear of the Keyblade, as like Leon says, right? They have great fear of the Keyblade, so they're going to follow Sora to Unreality. And so maybe like the Master going there and potentially, because this is a realm where there's no light or dark that's supreme. It's balance, it's kind of like a gray area, which is also why like he was so like curious about it, in Union Cross. And so now that he's here, I'm wondering if like bringing Sora to Unreality plays into his plan, because now we're going to throw this world out of balance because now there's darkness here. And so now that'll maybe draw like these other, like the 7 deadly darknesses here. And maybe they won't be as powerful here. Maybe they'll be a little bit more vulnerable because there's not really a lot of darkness to rely on in this realm. So I don't know. It was just a theory that I had. I think that would be, I don't know. Like we don't really, like we know kind of what he's thinking, but also we still don't really know because he says things, but I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if I buy that, like I don't know how much to believe with what the Master is actually saying.
Like there's always another layer to his plan. Even when he says something, it's like, okay, is this all there is, or is there still more?
I think ultimately what he's ultimately after. I think he wants to basically create a fantasy world he can control. Because like is what Xehanort wanted wasn't that different. And if you look at what Xehanort did and what the Master's doing, there's really a lot of overlap between them. It's just the Master is smarter, more powerful, and has more time and assets at his disposal. I genuinely think the Master of Masters is basically he's a Sora who lost all his guardians. He's very similar to I think Ephemer is a good person to compare him to as well. I think there's going to be a parallel between Ephemer starting over and building from scratch and knowing that these things are going to happen, that this apocalyptic cycle is relatively inescapable and that no matter what, you're going to lose your loved ones. That even though in Kingdom Hearts we have this death and rebirth cycle, I mean, it is implied that after a certain point, you're pretty much dead, like kind of the way Ephemer is now. He might be a little ephemeral, LOL, or ethereal, and is able to sort of like manifest himself in crucial moments. But I think ultimately what the Master's after is he wants to basically create. Okay, let's do it. He wants to recreate the Garden of Eden, the Age of Fairy Tales. I think, I think because the reason the Age of Fairy Tales collapsed was because darkness came in. But if he could create this controlled world and kind of put it in a snow globe, keep darkness out, he could sort of recreate that sort of Garden of Eden atmosphere and maybe even get his loved ones back.
Oh.
And this is why I think he's going to hate Sora. I really do, because the Master's trying to do it in some way that doesn't not necessarily commit a nature taboo. He wants to rewrite nature's law in a way. And I think he's going to see Sora as this like the audacity, you know what I mean? The audacity of you to do it that way. Do you know how many problems you've caused, I suppose? I don't know. I can't help but think, even though he's a villain, I believe in his heart he thinks he's doing the right thing.
Well, yeah,
Totally.
that's what makes the most interesting villains.
I think he's like the villain that this series needed, man. Like, honestly, I'm not saying that like the other ones weren't, but like, I just think like, man, like you really think about it, and even like what he wants to do with like the darkness is and putting him in vessels and basically using the foretellers as like lambs to the slaughter. Like deep down, this man's a monster.
Yeah.
Like he really is. And I think that like, I'm so interested to see, like, I think that's one of the reasons why I'm like more excited about this franchise than I've ever been, because like this character is so interesting and he's so ambiguous. We know almost nothing. Even whenever he gives us his plans, we know almost nothing about him.
Yes.
Not only is he ambiguous, he's just fun.
Yeah.
Like you just want to see more of him on
Yeah.
show.
And he's fun.
So much.
Yeah,
And he's voiced by
Chase.
Ray Chase.
Ray Chase,
I mean, come on.
absolute, yeah, literal legend. The role would not be the same if he was written any other way. Like even if his motivations were the same, if they removed the jokey and the like always teasing so you can never tell if he's actually serious, it would be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's one of the things I love about him, right? Because he's a different person around.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like compared to everyone. The foretellers.
The case of Ava.
Yeah.
It's such a good scene.
Yeah.
Like I'm wondering if Ava, like what if Ava reminds him of like his Kyrie
Ooh.
in a way.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
like not saying that like there's any connections, even though I did have like a theory about that like forever ago. But like I like what if like, because like you can't help but notice that all of the other foretellers, even Lushu, who he's given probably the craziest role of them all, he's joking around them. He's more lighthearted. With Ava, dead serious, like
Almost
And reassuring.
parental in a way. Like the little hand on the head and
doesn't crack a single joke, and reassuring and so I'm like wondering if like it's interesting.
Actually,
it's really
this
interesting.
does bring up a tiny gripe I have with the scene in Union Cross, because there's a scene that continues the Case of Ava scene that's just in the mobile game engine thing, and that one unfortunately kind of goes back to him being like more jokey around her a little bit, I think. Like I don't know if that was just the writers not getting the intention of the scene that it was continuing or something, but I don't know. That's just a tiny thing that has bothered me.
I mean, hey, we don't know, like we don't know what we don't actually know like how the master. I mean, we kind of know. I feel like we kind of know how the master views the foretellers now, because he literally was like, "Hey, like they're just going to be sacrificial lambs, right?"
But was he though? Because they come back,
right?
So maybe he knew that they would come back.
He also said that they would survive somehow, because he implied to Lushu that he has a way for them to make it out of the situation alive somehow.
Yeah, but like how much of that do we believe though?
But in the fantasy world, that's the thing. It's like they have to commit this trigger event to trigger some singularity, and then they can be alive again in that fantasy world. Like I can't help but escape this idea that that's what he's after.
But in unreality, hey, like we were kind of talking about earlier, what if death is permanent? Which might also be like another reason. Like, what if he actually can't destroy the darknesses? I mean, like, or he actually didn't have a way to destroy them in.
Andy, okay, so check it. Let's say you're right, and that death is permanent in unreality. That's why he needs the foretellers and the vessels in unreality. That's why he needed to cross over there. Because if he could put the vessels in a place where death is permanent, then boom, you do it there, it's done.
Man.
Wow.
I can see that
Yeah.
actually happening. Oh boy.
And
That would make things
Brian,
so
listen, I'm
interesting.
just speaking what's on the top of my head, bro. I don't know. Like, it's a thought. It is a thought.
I like this thought.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Because again, like we were talking about earlier, no one dies in Kingdom Hearts, but now we're in a whole different realm that's completely separate from our side of reality that we've known for 20 years, you know? Like, we don't know how things work here. We don't even know if time flows differently here. We don't really know. We know nothing about unreality, right? Absolutely nothing. So
That's right.
you know, if you're going to kill off characters and if you actually want to, as Nomura says, change the formula, because we don't even know what that means, you know, that could be a whole multitude of things, right? Gosh, I mean, I can see death being permanent in unreality because, again, it seems like the real world, and in the real world that you and I live in, yeah, people die, you know? People live and people die.
So that guy whose truck got grabbed by the dark side, there's no hope for him. He's just gone.
smoked. He's done. He's. I mean, I don't know.
Rude.
We didn't see the rest of that play out.
Can we just talk about Sora learning Xehanort's like whip chain ability?
Bro,
Yeah,
for
that is
real,
just
dude.
I've always played with the idea. Because
Xehanort bequeathed.
Yes,
Oh.
yes,
He
yes,
bequeathed, like the Keyblade.
yes.
Right? Like, so now, yeah.
Dude,
Oh, for sure.
the best part about Xehanort is that the best part about Xehanort is literally that the impact he had on the story is both backwards and forwards. Like, you almost can't escape it, right? Which is why I think time is such a big theme for his character, because whether it ripples back to Union Cross or it ripples forward into unreality, he's just there, you know? Like, the effects and the impact he had is there. Player reincarnated into him, you know?
Oh man, I mean, well, so like, I am kind of curious, like, what happened with, you know, whenever Xehanort gives Sora like the Keyblade, you know, like, what happened with that? Like, does Sora still have it? Does he like, I don't know. You know,
I think no. Sora closed Kingdom Hearts at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. And I think upon closing
it's like kind of decimated because it's like that's the counterpart to Kingdom Hearts. That makes sense.
That and Sora is like choosing to let it go. Like, yeah, that was kind of the difference between him and Xehanort at the end. Like, Xehanort giving him that Keyblade, Sora could have just went and been like the Kingdom Hearts god if he wanted to. He had the means, the same means Xehanort had, but instead he chose, you know, I'm going to close this up. We don't need a god to literally dictate exactly what happens. That's not the nature of existence. That wouldn't actually be real experience. That would be, you know, simulated experience, I suppose you could say. So I don't think he has that Keyblade anymore. But I do think the Master might want to get his hands on it. I'll say that.
Well, we might know more about that if they had actually shown the thing in Union Cross.
I do wonder, like, we were talking about the Master's time.
Yeah.
I wonder
true.
if the Keyblade is still from before Union Cross, from the time we haven't quite seen yet.
100%. I think so.
Yeah, like it's got to be at this point. If it was involved in the
element.
Keyblade War, and we didn't see it at all in Union Cross.
Well, yeah, because the Master even said that, like, he said the Keyblade War has been going on. Like, no, the war between light and darkness. Never mind.
Well, he did say the Keyblade War, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think he was saying Keyblade War equals the war between light and darkness. Like, they're the same thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I follow.
Wonderful. Amazing. I think we're coming up on time. This has been such a fascinating discussion. I've enjoyed it so much. Tremendously.
Me too.
Yeah, this has
that
been
was
fun.
Well, thanks for putting it together.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks, Harris.
Well, thank you everybody for coming on. And please everybody, tell tell the dear listeners where they can find you on the internet. I'm gonna start with Landi. Where can we find you online?
You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, and my podcast is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm the Landi Lodge. Tons of Kingdom Hearts content, live streams, and podcasts. I stand out. My color scheme is blue, and there's a big eye of Providence in the middle. It's pretty easy to find me.
Yes. Yeah. So, Andy Brew, where can we find you on the internet?
Yeah, so you can find me on YouTube and Twitch. On YouTube, I'm just Andy Brew, Andy BRU, straight up, and then Twitch, I'm Andy Brew 48. I'm still working on looking for that imposter who
those other 47 Andys that we have to kill.
Right. So yes, exactly. I'm about to enter the villain arc. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so you can find me on Twitch. I'm again, most of my content is I do a lot of live streams. I do have quite a bit of Kingdom Hearts videos on my channel, though, and I have a bunch of other videos as well. I did make one video a year ago titled "The Gospel According to Kingdom Hearts."
It's so good.
So if you are interested in Jesus and Kingdom Hearts, definitely check it out. It was so fun. Definitely want to make more of those in the future. And yeah, and I'm also on Twitter, just Andy_Brew_. I hate that I have 2 underscores, but it's such as Twitter. We gotta send some people to unreality, is what I'm saying. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Beautiful. Yeah, Phil Gaimz, where can we find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on YouTube. My channel is just Phil Gaimz, PhilGaimz. And on Twitch at Phil_Gaimz. And on Twitter at GamesPhil.
Very cool. Yeah, Captain Joe, what about yourself?
Yeah, so you can find me basically just on Twitter or Instagram. If you search Captain Joe, you should be able to find me. And eventually on YouTube, once I actually start uploading some animatics.
You did upload the March Caprice one, though, right?
Yeah, that one's up. That's like the only video I have. Mm-hmm. So if you want to watch that, go ahead. I think it's pretty cool. But
please do. It'll be in the show notes. We love it. Yes, and Lee, where can we find Retrospective?
You can find Retrospective on Twitter at Retrospective and many other podcatchers of your choice.
Yes, true. Yeah, and David, tell everybody what your YouTube channel is.
My YouTube channel is Eternity in Our Hearts. I'm working on right now doing like movie edits of Kingdom Hearts to make it kind of digestible, like kind of thing you could show your friends. Working on redoing Kingdom Hearts 3 in 4K because cage-vids.net has released footage in 4K. Also want to do kind of some other fun videos on the side. I'm starting to get back into video editing a little bit more on YouTube.
Very cool. Beautiful. And you can find me on the internet at Carson Ford, which is CARYSSONFORD on Twitter. And I do other shows such as Retrospective and Journey into Fandom. Thank you, everybody, for coming on the show. It has been a joy. It has been a pleasure. We loved having you. Thank you for being part of the Kingdom Minds journey. And it may come back at some point or not, who knows. But thank you, friends. And yeah, beautiful. So good.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
For Kingdom
It's been a pleasure and an honor, yes, to be here. And Karis, thank you you guys for just doing this these podcasts, because they are so much fun and so much fun to be on, but also so much fun to listen to.
Yes.
And you guys, everybody here, you guys just bring a lot of joy to the community. So you guys are awesome for real.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Being able to find these other Christian Kingdom Hearts content creators has just been really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're a small niche, but we exist.
We exist.
You found us.
Yep.
And you guys should totally come on to Journey into Fandom at some point. Talk all about other stuff. That'd be so good. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Everybody's welcome. All right. I think this is it. So, goodbye, friend, dear listener.